see the logo in the background.
Yeah, that looks good. Looks good.
Right. And then I will be passing it off to Cam to discuss the password resetting that we implemented this sprint. Go ahead, Cam.
Okay, so hello. I'm Cameron Raffet, and so in this we implemented the password recovery, which the admin is able to reset the users if they forget their password.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew will be in the demo. Right. You can go to the
Andrew will be
next slide.
demonstrating later.
Um,
And then this is the other half of it.
And then the change password where the user will be changed. User will also be able to change their. And Andrew will also be demoing that in the demo. And then on the next slide we have the test, which linking a Google form for the tests.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Cam, I think your audio is breaking up a little.
Is it?
Little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
Google form that will be linked, and it will have the test on it for the videos.
And again, Andrew's going to go through and show you guys how to create the test and then how to also upload it. So,
Okay.
If-
Yeah, I have
if-
this screen full.
Oh, and speaking of which, I believe it is now Andrew's turn to demo it.
Yay. I've been waiting to show this off. So we've added some pretty cool things to the application. Like we said earlier, we touched up a lot of the pages on, like, for example, student email right here on the login page. It's no longer smushed together, just like you go over to the registration. All the titles for the text boxes are now good.
I like that. That looks really good.
I already showed you the registration before. I don't want to waste your time with that, so I'll just log in with the administration email. So this is the admin home. If you click on admin functions, you'll have 6 buttons now. Like we said, we added in user password resets. When you go to this page, you'll be able to enter in so it's almost guaranteed somebody down the line is going to forget their password and you're going to need to reset it for them.
Probably me.
You can reset your own too if you want.
Good.
All you got to do is enter in an email. So if I enter in the one I'm on right now, like reset user's password, it'll generate a random password for them, and basically all you got to do is copy and paste this,
Okay.
and you can give it to them however you want. You can send it through email or however you want to do it.
Okay.
And now if I log out, log back in. If I try using my old password, it's no longer a thing because it was reset.
Okay.
If I paste in the new one, now I can log in. So that is that. The ranks page, like I showed you before, you can add in new ranks if you want to, like Billy, Bob, Joe. I'll make sure to delete that for you because I'm sure that's not a rank. But yeah, you just look at the details if you want and delete it like that.
Good.
Pretty straightforward. And also one other side note is you also have the announcements tab right here. You can enter in like newest message, and if you go to the home page, it'll display right here.
Oh, I like that.
One
All the-
problem,
All the styling and font looks really good too.
yeah, you can thank Jim for that. He has a little niche for that. But the one problem that we did run into is we can't display all of the messages that you have in the database, so you can only display the latest one because the spacing was acting up, and we can figure out a solution in time. But Yeah, so the latest message you push out will be the one to display on the student dashboard and the homepage. And if we go to accounts, sometimes it may take a little bit longer to load. I don't know if that's just me or not. Probably is. But here is the accounts page where you can edit user accounts however you need it. I don't think we had this in last time. We added something called member status. So you can make an account, but we don't want random people being able to have the ability to access your content without, you know,
Right.
being a member and paying you.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's good.
So when a student makes an account, they'll just tell you their email or if you already have it, and you can come in and let's just pay next. You can
Good.
just check off member status as true. Save it.
So basically, if we have like a Russian hacker guy, they won't be able to get our videos, which is great.
Exactly.
Only Russian. Yeah, just Russian. No,
So
I do
yeah.
like that, though.
So without the member status, they won't be able to access like the student dashboard where they, you know, see all the videos and stuff. You can also filter by email, which would just basically sort this. And there's also something called pagination where you, instead of having a long list on one page, you just click down here on the numbers, kind of like on Google, and it'll go and refresh the list with the other accounts. I believe you also have, yes, so you can actually sort now by email.
Good.
It'll basically pull up, like for example, I typed in S, it'll pull up everything with S in it.
Okay,
And
so
yeah.
it's even a somewhat related search, so you don't have to type in like the exact thing, but it'll pull up kind of close things.
Yeah, so like for example down here there's an account called testing@code.co. If I just type in test, it'll come up. Same with other accounts with test in it.
Good.
And to just get back to the other filter where it shows all the accounts, you just gotta delete it out of the search bar and press search again. But yeah, this is also where you set admin. I believe we showed you that before. Click on edit,
Mm-hmm.
take off the admin status, and then they'll be an admin. They'll have the access to the admin dashboard and all that.
Good.
If I may interrupt for a moment, Andrew, this is the old version of the admin dashboard. The CSS didn't get pushed to the live site.
All
We'll
of the
be removing that.
functionality is up to date. The CSS is just the styling of the page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The styling didn't get put into the version that went live, so we'll be resolving that after the meeting.
Yeah.
So wait,
that's-
the CSS, does that mean it's something weird? Isn't it like cascading something sheets?
The style sheets.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. So basically, it's just like the coloring and positioning of content.
Yeah.
So everything's in. It's just, yeah. For example, I think he had a background image that he added. I don't remember. But that can be
Need
added
some more
in.
transparent.
Yeah. If I go to the videos page now, so we found something out earlier. This was totally unexpected, but it's really cool. So you
Okay.
wanted the ability to add in Google Forms for like testing, right?
Yes.
All right. So here's the cool thing. Apparently, let's just say like I wanted to add that Google form in and call it like test 2 for beginner rank. If we go to the student dashboard, I believe I'm on. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. All right, so on the student dashboard, if they go down here to the left and click on View Videos, this is where all the videos are going to display. If they click on View, it'll pop that video up and they can watch it inside of the page itself.
Right.
Since they got to pass a test, you know, you can just add in that link like I just showed you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
that's
cool, right?
good. Yeah, no, that's really good. Really good.
So it's based off from the account you're logged into Google with. So I guess they would have to give you their email if it's different.
Yeah. This
Um,
it's still really good though, because it's
You totally should have pretended that you did this on purpose.
Yeah.
yeah. No, because it's actually on the page. It doesn't take them to a different page, so I really like
Yeah,
that.
the less people have to leave the page, the better.
Have you guys made a test using Google Forms before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna have Andrew run through it and show you guys if you guys hadn't. So
Yeah, we're pretty familiar with that.
But yeah,
Okay.
We're stoked that it'll work. inside
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That looks great. And so just one thing though, will it will it have some like, let's say the test is really long, will it still fit well in that box, or could you scroll in the box or anything like that, you think?
I believe so.
Okay.
Cameron, didn't you use an iframe for this?
Yeah.
Okay, then it should just take the web page and basically fit it into this
And then
boxed
just add a
area.
scroll box or
Any
scroll-
web page, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have the chance to test that because I found it like last night.
You mean
So-
you made it last night?
yes, I made it last night.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in that, the other thing you can do too is paginate your forms. So when you create your tests, you can paginate them. So if you do have a long test, you can create pages in there. You can do an insert and get pages, and that way it'll kind of walk its way through the test
Yeah.
and not have to scroll a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I'm happy with that.
So yeah, you just click through videos, watch them, and then when they think they're ready, they just take the test. And if they pass, pass. If they don't, then that
Yeah.
sucks.
That's perfect. Perfect.
So on the student dashboard, this is where they can change their password for whatever reason. Wait, did I? I don't think I changed the password since I last reset it. But let's say I mess up. It will say like passwords don't match. If I get this one wrong up here,
Good.
yeah, it's got some validation in there to stop it from like crashing or whatever. That. So it automatically logs you out. I did that on purpose, don't worry. It's just to kind of double check with them to make sure that they know that they entered the right password in. If they didn't, that's when you guys would step in and just, reset their password, which takes only a couple clicks. But yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
the password should be back to normal. Let's see. Students page. Like I said before, you can edit some student information in here. It's got the pagination stuff, so you can go through all the accounts. Yeah, sorry for the spammed accounts. Again, I will delete that before we pass the application off to you guys.
Oh no, you're good.
You can also do searching in here too if you need it. I typed in A, I had A and it brought up. Yeah. So let me go back. Oh, also, I would like to know up here, the admin home, you can click on that to go back to the main page.
Oh, good.
Wanted to give you guys a way to go back so you don't have to like retype in the URL. And then messages. So load. Messages, it's just like that text box I showed you earlier to push out a global message. It's just more clean looking. Yeah, you just create new /30 new message for requirements. Again, images we weren't able to add in. But yeah, new message for the clients. It's added in. And I don't believe I'm missing anything.
I think
it
you
looks great.
I think you got everything, Andrew.
Okay. Don't want to jinx it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the app.
And then
great.
we'll pass it off to PJ to go over the cost specifications. Oh,
So along with all that, we have created some documentation for you guys as well, some instructions for the users, which at some point you may want to add to the site, so that the users, if they need help working their way through the site, they don't have to come run into you guys every time. There's some documentation for the admins on how to create, delete, and all that good stuff. We've also made some documentation for signing into AWS services, the Amazon Web Services. So there's sign-in information like your username, password. Obviously, you'll probably want to change the password as soon as you guys are taking it over. There's also some information in there about creating. So if you have somebody working for you, working on the site, you're going to want to create it's called an IM user. And the IM user, you can give them all kinds of, they could be authorized to do different things. You can pick and choose what they're authorized to do. You'll have to dig into it a little bit deeper. But can you go to the next page, Jim?
yep.
So this was cost of the operation. So in the beginning of March, we had created the application using a certain service. That specific service did cost a little bit more. It wasn't a free tier service. So it cost, I believe it was like $1.14 a day just to have it running. And then on top of that, you had to have extra costs, such as if people are hitting the database. You can see there in the orangish red color, that's just when we're adding and deleting stuff from the database. So coming into this next month, into April, you'll see that the cost for that blue cost is gone. That's because we've created a different service that is a free tier. It still occasionally will cost a little bit, but it's gonna just depend on how many people are using the application. At the bottom line is really the cost is just going to depend on how much traffic the application is getting. This really tall bar there, that's just when we registered the domain name, so we were able to get the app WCA for you. So you'll see that cost once a year, just because they have to renew the
domain. Yeah.
Yeah. The Route 53, so that has to do with the domain name. They're really small charge, they're like 10 cents. And I haven't seen them recently. They happened in the beginning, but now they've just kind of died off. So that's something that I would have to look at and research a little bit more. But again, and then following along, there's some more database charges. Those were, again, just every time somebody goes to the database or saves something to the database, there are charges that go, and they're very minimal. So, Jim, if you go to the next page.
Oops.
So this is kind of go back one. This is a breakdown of the cost. I should have had them together.
Okay.
Oh, one more. Go forward one. So the registry. Oh, back one. So the blue again is the registration. Are you messing with me, Jim?
I mean, I'm listening. I just don't know where you put it. Oh well.
No,
it's
that one
there.
right there. That's the one I want. Okay.
Oh. Okay, right there. You're good.
All right. So Again, the blue is for the domain name. The EC2, that is where the site lives, so there is some charges for that, but it's very minimal, and that it'll fluctuate just depending on how many people are going to the site. Just to give you an idea of what the costs were for the database. I mean, we've been putting a lot of information onto and retrieving from the database, and for this month it was only $3.60, so it's pretty minimal. I mentioned the Route 53. I wasn't 100% sure where those costs were coming from, but it was only 50 cents. In the future, if you do just plan to keep the application up and live, I would just try and keep an eye on the costs and making sure they're not going out of control. Again,
I wonder if the charge was like the green one when you bought the domain, and then the Route 53 or whatever that is just like it going online or something like that.
that was my guess, but the charge spread over like 5 days. So to me that was odd. Like it would have made more like I know what you're saying, and if it would have just been the one day, that would have made more sense to me. But it was the charges were spread over 5 days, and I don't know. It was kind of odd, but they're not being charged anymore. Bottom line is just keep an eye on it and make sure there's like no wild and crazy like if you start seeing like I don't know some astronomical numbers, you can. So if you go into, and I put this in the instructions, but if you go into the council, AWS council, you can go in there and you can put the application on hold, so nobody can go to it, and that'll keep costs down absolutely to a minimum. Yeah, we can help you more with it too. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. We will be more than happy to help out.
No, I mean the price sounds super reasonable. We just have to figure out that one bit, but it doesn't sound like too big a deal. So
yeah, and it really, like I said, it's just going to depend on how many people are using the application, and after once you guys, if you have it running and you guys have people using it for a couple months or 3 months, you could probably get a really rough idea of what it's going to cost per month after that. So. Jim, can you go to the next slide, Jim? So, some of the completed tasks, one of the things I don't know that Andrew showed, but fixing page redirection after adding ordering of list. I'm not sure what that is mentioning, but so we did have a redirection problem the last time we showed the application to you when we were registering a user. We were able to get that settled, so when you register a new user, it does just go right back to the home page. So it's not kind of messing with the user at all. It's a better user experience. We implemented changing passwords, being able to reset the passwords,
Thank you, sir.
assessments, and we did test the application quite a bit. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a specific bug that you guys need to watch out for.
it looked great. Looked like it was running really smooth.
Yeah, but if you guys find a bug, just reach out to us, and we'll help you get it put back together, or try to fix it. Can you go to the next slide, Jim? So some of the things that we didn't get to, obviously the sparring tracker, we weren't able to get to. The image processing, that was a big one. We really did want to get to it. Just we should have dug in a little bit deeper sooner on. Admin functionality. Oh yeah, you guys. So we didn't get to having the admin be able to track who's making changes.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a few things we didn't get to, but overall, I think we did a great job.
Oh, Mary, you just knocked my phone over. Okay.
Jim, can you?
Yeah, no, everything looks super great. I think I can speak for both of us when I say that we're super impressed, and it's going to actually really help our business and make everything a lot smoother for us. So,
It is.
like, yeah,
The only
outstanding
question-
job.
The only question I have is, so if we were looking to get this expanded upon, is it okay for us to do that? Like, if there's another party that, like, we would hire to expand some features, or, like, I don't know, like, does this all come on a file, or, like, how would somebody expand it? You understand?
We have a GitHub repository that has all the information stored in it as a file. All the code, excuse me, all the source code and all the assets are all in that single repository. So if you wanted someone else to work on it, we could just simply give them access to the repository.
Or better yet, if you guys want to, if you have an extra flash drive, we can
That's
just
what
put
I'm
everything on a flash drive for you, and then you guys just have it right there with you.
Because that's what I mean. It's like,
Just
who knows where you guys will all be, 2 years from now. But if we're
Right.
like, hey, we really like still where this is at. We just want a couple things done to it. Like, yeah, being able to just hand somebody a flash drive, I think would probably be the easiest.
Yep. Yeah, we can definitely do that for you
What
guys.
size? What size should we get for you guys?
The application isn't bigger than like 2 gigabytes. I don't even think it's that. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd be fine. You'd be fine with like an 8 or a 16.
Okay.
yeah. All right, we've got a few of those.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think we have any other questions because it looks great. Super happy with it, and it actually really benefit us as a business. So I'm looking forward to using it.
So you guys, you get an A from us. I can't guarantee it from your instructor.
thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah.
being our clients for this process.
Great clients. A plus.
Thank you. We're all rating each other now. It's awesome.
Best client.
I'll take it under consideration.
Alright. So are we all set up here? We're all good?
Yep. Well, so if you guys, the best way for you guys to get the file on a zip file or flash drive is probably just giving it to Jim. He also has access to all the instructions and stuff like that. I might keep in contact with you guys for a couple days until we get the AWS account all switched over.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, alright, perfect. Then I'll give him a flash drive and get the documentation from him. Just so you're aware though, we are going to go on a backpacking trip for a couple days, so we should still be able to respond a little bit, but if we don't for like a couple days, that's what we're doing.
Okay, no worries.
Alright. Alright, well, everyone, have an excellent day, and,
You too.
yeah,
You as well.
okay. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Have a good one. Bye.